Hi, my name is Andrew and welcome back to my watch journeys again. So I've been doing quite a few lately, I know, pumping them out, but it's another miserable day outside, so whilst the weather's like this keeps my brain ticking over, kind of. So today we're going to do a homage from AliExpress, of course, of an SKX007 Se.i.ko diver. I've always wanted one of these. They're not that expensive to buy, you know, actually buy the real thing. But, you know, I like building them. It, like I say, keeps my head intact. And I can get to do my little differences that, you know, that I'd fancy having on them. So, let's go through what we got. So, I think the most important bit, so some people would think, is the case. Typical SKX007 case, but for some reason they bring it, or they send it with the insert, bezel insert, not attached. And they do very kindly send you the two, actually, because obviously you're going to get it wrong, aren't you? Two of the sticky bits that you put inside and on there to actually stick it to this, which is great, but I am absolutely useless at getting these right and getting the stuff peeled off, or I end up putting them on here, then it doesn't go right and they go all over the place, and I'm not very good at this. But you'll get to see that later on. Woohoo! There's a treat to come, isn't there? Okay, so put them back in there. Yeah. And we'll leave the bezel in there as well. We'll do the bezel last. Hopefully we get to that. So, case. Movement. Good old NH35. Of course, the stem is here. Yeah, because you know what I'm like about stems and everything else. And this is the NH35, this one? It might even be a 34. Actually, it'll tell me on the... Would it tell me on there? Oh, well, it might have done, but it doesn't now. Anyway, it's one which has the day and the date. NH something or other. Glad I can help you with that. I will put, I love saying this, links in the description below. Because I'm allowed to do that now, since apparently I've been verified by YouTube, which was awfully nice of them to do that. So, there's the movement. Then we have the hands, which I've opted for, as you can see, red ones. So red hour, minute, and also it's a black seconds with a little red dot at the back. I think that's right, yeah, it is, yeah. So that'll look snazzy. And the dial, which actually I usually think is the most important part of the watch. I know I shouldn't, but there you go. So there we have a Seiko Automatic Divers 200. Look at that. Just like the real thing. With dial feet at the back for going into the movement. So we'll have fun doing that. It just never stops on this channel, does it? I'm not going to need that anymore. And then to top it off, we have a nice black rubber, or silicone rather, watch strap. I think it's a 22mm, yeah, 22mm width. Again, I'll put the description in the links. I'll put the description in the link. I'll put the link in the description. That's what I'll do, hopefully. So we'll put that aside for the time being. So stuff we're going to need. Well, I'm going to need one of these to get the stem to the right length. Pair of these. Oh yeah, snip, snip, snip. To cut the... oh, they're filthy, aren't they? Good grief. Stare at that. Yes, to cut the... I can't leave it like that. I'm going to have to like do something. Sorry, just standards, you know, standards. Not that it's that much better, but at least it's not full of gunk. Well, anyway, I can't really be using that anymore. Right, so yes, clippers, snippers, whatever you want to call them, for cutting the stems down. A puffer to blow away any dust that gets in there. I have actually this time washed the mat. Oh yeah, preparation. It's the key, apparently. Oh, one thing I did want to tell you about, and what I am doing next, possibly, is I'm trying to build another 50 fathoms blanc pane, 50 fathoms homage. So I've got a case. I've taken it apart. I took the, well, I tried to take it apart. I've took the bezel insert out and also the glass out because I want to get this gold plated, because I couldn't find one that actually came out gold. And the particular blanc pane I like is gold plated, or is actual gold, and is £34,000 or $40,000. I don't have that kind of money unless I sell my house. So I'm going to see if I can get this gold plate. I was going to try and do it myself, then I realised I couldn't. I looked at the equipment and I looked at what you had to do, and I thought, no, I'd rather someone did this properly, because if I did it, there are, you know, you can make a mess of doing this. So I'm going to see if it's possible to get someone to do this for me. I tried to take the bezel off, and everyone's like, yeah, you just put, like, you go into here, and you just, with a bit of plastic and sharp or whatever, and it comes off. Honestly, I was hammering at this thing. Yeah, probably not the best thing I could do, because I did leave a mark. In fact, an actual dent. I don't know if you can see it there. To try and get this bezel off, it just wouldn't budge. I really did try. It amazingly actually still works. But I give it my best shot. So hopefully I can get it coated as it is. Well, we'll see. We'll see what the guy says when I take it up to into town and actually have a chat with the guy who'll do it. I would leave the base as is. I wouldn't coat that because it'd be too hard to get the glass out and put it back in. For me, it would anyway. And also, yeah, you don't see that as such, but the effect is to have, and that's what homages are about. It's about the effect. Yeah, so that's what I want to do with this, which should be nice. So that's in there. That's the crystal that I popped out without breaking. Yeah, I'm quite proud of that. So doing that later on. That'll be a while yet whilst that happens. So back to this. So got that. Excuse me. Where's my Rodico? I will need my Rodico. And I'll need my movement holder. So let's take the movement out of there. So we'll see if it works first. So first of all, does it wind up? Yeah, that's winding. And look, it's alive. Is it alive? Yeah, well, it's whizzing away there. Which is nice. Okay. So this is what they call a 3 o'clock movement. So the date and the winder at 3 o'clock. You can get them like 3.8. So it's down here somewhere. But the date down there and the winder still up there, that sort of thing. But as you can see, our date and everything is 3 o'clock. So it should, he says, go a bit like that. Yeah, sort of like that. If that makes any sense. Hopefully it does. Although that's in, I think that's Chinese and English. It's usually in French and English. We never have Chinese and English. Well, it's a Chinese make, so you know, why not? So that is that. So we'll put that into there. Put this over there for the time being. And also the stem. I'll cover that over. Right then. Let's get this show on the road. So first thing I want to do is attach our dial to the movement. So as you can remember, there's 2 feet on the bottom. One of them's going to have to be cut off. It's usually the bottom one here that I cut off, but let's not assume anything, because you know what assume did? It made an ass out of you and me. And my dad used to say that to me all the time to drive me nuts. Right, so I think that would go into there. Yes, it would. So that's where it needs to go. Into there. So we've cut, I believe, the bottom one off. Okay, so that one should go in my eyesight into there. Yeah. Yep, that's correct. So this other side is then, I can't see. Oh, there was a light on before, it seems to have gone off. Right, there we go. Now I can see. So as far as I can tell, yeah. So that would go into there. So this one here needs to be chopped off. I used to get this wrong all the time, and then I ended up having to use, I think they're called dial dots or something. Where like sticky bits of, basically like little bits of silicone that you'd have to stick on the back of here, and then stick onto here somewhere where it wasn't going to cause any problems. It was an awful way of doing it, and I try and avoid it like the plague now. Okay. Is that it? Are we in? I think we are. I didn't check to make sure this all works. Alright, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and then is it the other way for the it is, yeah, other way for the, so I think it's the 17th today. Ah, that light's failed. I need another one on then. That'll need charging up. I think that's what that is. So there you go. Yeah, that works. It winds up, and what we have to do now is go forward until the actual date changes. So we get the 12. Oh, that was quick. Now really gently until it actually clicks over like that. Not sure when the date does, but I think that's about the date. So that's the 12 o'clock position. So we do that so that we can put the hands on. Okay. Come on. There's a little, not easy with these horrible things on. So we're going to leave that like that, rather than put it on the deck. I think it's probably safer to have them in there. So now I'm going to change camera position because we need to, yes, we need to observe me do this, or as much as I can. So bear with me. Hi, so at this point, during the editing phase of this particular watch journey, I managed to wipe all the audio from the second shot that I was trying to do of putting the hands on. So I'll go as best I can. So what we're doing here, we're trying to put the hour hand on, which is the wrong way up to start off with. So yeah, just using the Se.i.ko there, and getting my hand putter on a machine and selecting the correct end so it's wide enough to go on top of the hour hand to put it onto the mechanism. So here we go. And obviously putting the first one on, the hour hand being the biggest is usually the easiest one. And yeah, I don't have to get too close to it, even with my poor eyesight, to get that on. But I think on this occasion I haven't quite ever put it on. I think I may have put it on too. No, I haven't. I thought, no, it must be a different build I'm thinking of. So yes, so anyway, that one goes on fine. So we'll go back to the 12 o'clock mark, and we're going to put the minutes hand on. I do like them in this. I've chosen like the sort of orange Lume, which sort of mixes it well with the whole theme of the watch. Because you've got the Diver 200 stencil at the bottom of the watch, that's in orange as well. So here I am trying to put even though you can't see, I'm aware that I'm getting in the way of it, but and I'm trying my best. And I do wonder how the other people do this when they actually manage to get right above the watch and show you putting the hands on. I have to get my eyes have to be too close to the dial of it to even warrant doing that, because you just see the top of my head. You can see I'm having a few problems putting the minutes hand on. And I do keep, yes, this does go on for a while, a bit of comedy of errors here. And for whatever reason, I think I drank too much coffee today, so I'm shaking like a leaf. But you have days like that, don't you? Especially when you get to my age. I can't believe I just said that, my age. Anyway, so yes, I think it's going on there now. Now I'm trying to sort of, I've been in the comments, they told me if I want to sort of angle it up a little bit, as in so it comes away from the hitting any of the indices, you have to like go on the back of the dial. I think that's what I'm trying to do there, but maybe it's too much. So I need to get it on first and then go at the back of the dial, I think. I'll try again. Yeah, just... Now, see, that's taken, but that's too high. And I've gone back in, and I'm just not having a good time there, am I? So, oh, there you... Oh, dear me. Yes. But if this hobby has taught us anything, it is patience. It's probably the primary thing that we need. So I'm pushing the hour marker down a bit more, because I'm feeling as if there wasn't enough room to get the minutes hand on, and that was what was causing the problem. And I think that was the case. So we're back on. I'm not gonna. You see, I've got to get it exact, but then I end up pushing it off again. I'm my own worst enemy. So we're back on again. Now I could, just fast forward through all this and say, yeah, I got the hands on, but I think it's a process. You've got to see how it can go wrong before you know how to put it right. That's the only way I've ever learned anything, is by making mistakes. So next time you try not to make that mistake. That doesn't always be the case. That's not always the case, but so we're going again. See if I can get this minute hand on. I think, yeah, look at that. He's done it. And I'm even showing you I've done it. So there you go. That's on. And now you want to try and get the second hand. So I pushed it in, the movement, pushed the stem in so that it's the movement's actually ticking now, because it was on hacking mode before. So I'm choosing the right tip to use. Not quite sure why I'm pointing at this for that one. So here we go. This is me putting the second hand on. Now in the past this has caused me hours, literally hours of torture. I just couldn't get. I used to end up having to make the hole that's in the stem of the pin, making it bigger by using a needle, which obviously then means it doesn't fit properly. Honestly, I used to do all sorts of things, and the only thing is, I learned how to use a Rodico, or got the idea of using Rodico to sort of line up from watching another watch guy. Someone far better than me at doing this, and it's a really good way of holding the hands and then sort of being able to work with them. So I'm trying to hold it with my right and press down with my left hand. I am right-handed, so, and you see how I'm at an angle there. I shouldn't be at an angle. You should be directly above it, so you can see exactly what you're doing. So you need to get your, see, I'm getting a bit closer now, so I realise that I've got to be really, that's it, so right above it. But I still didn't get it right. It is and can be an absolute so-and-so to get the second hand on. Because the more you do it and concentrating, I don't know if you find this, but then I start to shake more through either just being frustrated or whatever. Not that I don't have any diseases that I know of. Well, hopefully, cross fingers. But yeah, and I just keep trying and trying and trying. And I'm sorry, but this does go on for. And you see what I've done there? I've knocked the minute hand. So I've now got to reset the minute hand. And if I've got to reset the minute hand, I'm going to have to reset both of them really. So I'll take that one off. Alright, so I'm going to use, since I haven't knocked the hour hand, I'm going to go back round to 12 and see if I can put the minute hand back on. And I think now the date's changing there as well, so the date just changes. So I think, right, if I just put the minute hand back on central, it should be okay. So change tips again to go back to the one that I used to put the minutes on. Bear with you whilst I find that one. So yeah, this is, like I say, this is what it really is like. And I could just go and just fast forward through all of this, but I just think it's worth seeing how, it isn't. I always thought it was just me who had trouble doing this. It's not. Lots of people have problems putting these hands. I mean, that's, they are fiddly little things. And it's just nice to see. I think sometimes it's nice to see other people struggle, but then hopefully eventually, get it right. So have I managed to get it on there? I have, but I'm leaning back again on it just so it's, because I thought it was too far down. I'm checking it from a side view, and I still think it's probably pointing up a little bit too high. So I then try and press it down at I go at the middle of, and unseat it, and then put it back on again. And again, it's probably too high because I can see it rising up. So I'll go back on again. And I think I'm happier with that, am I? No, I'm not happy with that. So go in again. No. Go on. Have I sorted it yet? Yes. And it's not catching anything? No, not so far. It does make you appreciate when you see nice, like, you know, properly manufactured watches as opposed to the ones I'm doing, and the hands and everything are just absolutely perfectly set. I know they're all done by machine, and that's probably why. But it is nice, to see how they should be. So there we go. I'm just going right round the clock, just to make sure nothing's catching and it's all working. Okay. Oh, yeah, it looks like the date's changed. And I noticed that the days change quite a bit after the date. So first of all, you'll go through the Chinese date, then you go through, eventually about 3 o'clock in the morning, you'll come through an English date, English day. But the actual date, as in the number, will change at 12 o'clock. But I'm sure if you get a more expensive movement, it'll do both at the same time. But the links will be in the description for all of this. So you can go, if you do fancy doing your own build, you can see all the mistakes I've made, avoid them, get the stuff and make yourself, I mean, it will be a nice looking watch when it's done, once it gets cased up. But that's also another story as well, which we're going to get to towards the end of this video. So anyway, here we are. Am I adjusting more ends? Okay, so we're going to try and put the seconds hand on again. So again, you see I'm going on the side too much. I should be right above the seconds, but I'm not. And I'm trying to do it as in from an angle, and that's not going to work. The thing is, I know it's not going to work. However, I still persist in trying to make it work. I think at the end of the day, I'm aware that I want the camera to try and see what I'm doing, and really, I think that's probably holding me back. Anyway, that's my excuse. I'm going to stick with that one. But yes, this does go on for a while, me trying to put it on, it not going on. I think at one point I get it on and then I turn the hands and it just flies off. But this is what it's like when you sometimes you have days like this when this happens, and sometimes you'll hang over hover over the the center there with your seconds hand, and then drop it in and it'll just go in. It's done. On this particular day, that was not happening. And now, of course, I'm very, very aware that I don't want to upset the minutes hand again, so that I have to go back in and reset it. So, are we anywhere nearer? Do I think no, I didn't. I didn't get it again. Yes, so like I say, I could just fast forward through this, but I think sometimes you need to see it. I certainly appreciate when I first started doing this. I'd be on for literally on for days trying to get the second sound on, not really knowing how to do it. And then eventually, you watch a few videos and you try and do a few things they do on the videos, and most of these videos that are on YouTube are really good. They really do show you how to do it. People who've been doing it for years who are just more adept at doing this sort of thing than I am. So yeah, so if you ever are doing your own build and this does happen to you, take heart. It can't last forever. You could just end up throwing the whole thing in the bin and saying, you know what, I'm not doing that as a hobby. But it does teach you some fantastic patience. And by the looks of it, on this one, I really need it. So, yeah, you just got to take a deep breath, and a bit like life, when you get set back, just take a deep breath, and off you go again. What do they say? See, I'm going in from the side again. I still haven't learnt my lesson. It's got to be right from above. Oh, has it worked? I'm not sure what I'm turning. I'm turning the date there, I think. Oh, was I winding it? Oh, it's just jumped off again. Okay, so I go back in again. Yeah, so it does go on for a while, unfortunately. Don't worry, it will finish. The whole thing's only 42 minutes long, and we're into minute 31, so, this is only really not the start of the build, but sort of halfway through it. And have I failed it? Yes. Yeah, again, I failed to get these second hands on. But it's actually nicer to do it this way with a voiceover, rather than listening to me grunting and groaning. And then I think actually a few swear words may have come out, so that's probably a good thing, because I know YouTube do not like that sort of thing. So there won't be any of that on here. Just me watching me fail time and time again to get this second hand. Oh, there, that's the one where I turned the mechanism. I thought I had it on. I turned the mechanism to test it, and it just went ping. But yeah, just pick it up and you start again. Now, see, I'm going right above it this time. Have I managed it? Have I? Oh my god, have I actually done it this time? Oh, I think I might have, and I'm just going back in to make sure it's on, but not press too hard. Oh yeah, now it gets stuck on the minute hand. So the minute hand was just too high at the end. Now I'm terrified of knocking the minute hand, but I think I've knocked it off. I have. I've actually knocked the minute hand off again. So at this point, I really should have just gone for a cup of coffee. Oh, well, that's probably worse thing. I should have gone for just a glass of water or something. So at this point, I've got to think, right, I now need to take all of the hands off, because I can't just recite the minute hand because the second hand's on top of it. I can't just pull the second hand off. That's got to come off properly. So that's me finding a bit of plastic so I can protect the dial whilst I get my hand removing item, well, two little tools. I know they have proper names, and for whatever reason, I don't really care what they're called. That's what they are. So I just take all the hands off, and then there you go. And even though I am swearing, you can't hear it now. So yes, use the wooden set to touch the hands and also touch the dial, because otherwise the metal ones I've found, no matter what if you go anywhere near a dial with metal tweezers, it's just scratch city. They can't help themselves. So we basically have to start again. But don't worry, we're in minute 34 now, and like I say, there's not long to go. So yes, I'm now finding the tipping point between the dates, so that I get it exactly on 12 o'clock. So when we set it, it will change at 12. Having some kind of issue with the mechanism there. Not entirely sure why or what. See, I think, so that's the way you need to go, Andrew, to get the date. Have I found it yet? No. Oh, it is that way. So I find the date very gently, till it clicks over to the next date. And then we know that it's exactly where we need the mechanism to be to put the hands on. Right. Well, we've been here before, haven't we? So let's be putting the hour hand on. And this time, try not to knock the minute hand when you're putting the second hand on. So, Se.i.ko again. Oh, but yeah, at this point, yeah, I found quite a lot of debris. Little bits of fluff and hairs and things and whatever. So, oops, I've just caught the hour hand with that. Yeah, so I'm just going around and making sure all the little dots and whatever are all off. And just move the hour hand into the right position. Give it a little nudge with, because it's not quite there, is it? Look at it. It's a millimetre out. Right now it isn't. And go a little further down this time. Down the stem, just so you've got plenty of space to put the minutes and also the seconds. So they can also be quite spaced out. I'm going around twice just to make sure that it does actually change at midnight. Yay! So don't worry, it's all worth it in the end. Right, so I need to put the minutes on, or the minute hands rather. Se.i.ko, minute hand. Hang it over and then just pop it onto that stem that sticks out. Lovely. Oh, that's quite well done. Let's just go straight in for that one. Gosh, yeah, you've got to go directly over, Andrew. That's not bad. Okay. Yeah, turns okay. Right. Am I going right round again? I am. Well, at least I'm being thorough. Ish. Up till 10 past 10, and I'm going to try and put the seconds on now. Come on, you little bugger. Let's get you on there. Right, so I've decided I need something. I'm not quite sure what I've decided. Right, so we're hovering over again. Uh-huh. Again, it's going to be directly from above, and I'm still got it on the side there, I think. Have I done it? I think I have. Is it ticking? That's what I don't know. I think I can see it ticking. And yes. It is ticking. It's alive. Thank goodness for that. So there you go. That was a little bit of pain for you. So all the hands are on. Brilliant. Job well done. So what's next? Oh, I'm just very carefully tipping that minute hand down, hoping that it doesn't dislodge it. Just so that the second hand has, because I thought there was the second's hands and the minute hand were just a little bit too close. And I just go back in again. I'm a brave man to try and just knock it down a little bit. I must be a brave man. Have I decided that's enough? Obviously not. Not sure what I'm doing there. Oh, I'm actually onto the back of the seconds to sort of tip the front of the seconds up. A bit like a seesaw. I think that was what said to me in one of the comments by one of my very helpful subscribers. So, let's tidy up. And we need to start thinking about putting the movement in a case. So where's that? Well, tidy that as well. Oh look, another empty hands case that I can put in the drawer and add to the other hundreds of hand cases I have. So let's bring in the case, and this is where you may spot a bit of a problem when I do. So I'm just chatting about how everything matches lovely, and what a lovely looking dial and hands it are. Yeah, very nice. And I was going to go for red day and date, but I decided not to because it would have been too much red. So anyway, I'm doing all of that.
So at this point,
Said a bit about how I like the build so far.
The case and the movement.
Took a deep breath.
Match.
Oh yeah, I'm just tidying up, putting the tweezers away.
Crown and
then we can have
case with a
we're not quite bringing it in yet. We nearly did.
Crown.
Now, right, it's back.
So that's
there. So I'm going to show you the crown.
The crown then. How nice
those of you in the crowd will have noticed
about
that
how it's going to look and
that case
how the orange fits with the orange.
Has a 3.8
that's all great, Andrew.
or
unfortunately,
4
it's not going to work.
Yes,
you can take as much plastic off as you like, but no.
But unfortunately,
anyway,
the 4 o'clock.
I have
ordered
a new
stem setting.
So there's going to be another episode of this.
The movement is 3 o'clock. And I haven't realised.
Here,
so I'm busy trying to take the plastic off the front.
So yeah,
and chatting away about what I was going to do and how I was going to fit this and get the stem in and blah blah blah.
Both shot event, can't I say very soon. As soon as I receive it.
I just haven't realised.
Yes, and I'll do another video. Thanks for watching.
It's never going to fit. I do eventually realise, obviously, and so there'll be another episode. I'm afraid. I have ordered a new movement, and it is coming. So is Christmas. But yeah, I'll see you in the next episode. Thanks for watching.